Are you worried about living alone as you get older? Feeling uncertain, anxious, or even scared about what that might mean for your health and well-being? It's a real concern that many older adults face, and it can be overwhelming. The thought of loneliness, isolation, or struggling with daily tasks on your own can make this chapter in life feel daunting. But here's the truth. Living alone doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a chance for you to take control of your life, rediscover yourself, and find peace. Yes, it can be tough at times, especially when loneliness creeps in. But those moments don't have to define you. In fact, they can become powerful opportunities for growth. You'll have the time and space to explore new hobbies or interests, build your own routine, and focus on things that matter to you. It's not about being isolated. It's about finding new ways to connect with the world and yourself. And while it might not always be easy, living alone can lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships and a greater sense of personal fulfillment. So if you're ready to take charge of this new phase of life, stick around. I'll show you how to turn the challenges into opportunities and find happiness, even in solitude. Number 1, freedom to live life your way on your terms. Living alone can bring a sense of freedom that many people cherish. When you live on your own, you have the power to decide how you spend your days. From your morning routine to the meals you eat, it's all up to you. You also get to choose how you arrange your home, what hobbies you enjoy, and even how to manage your time. Take Jim and Bob, for example. Jim lives with a roommate, and while he likes having company, he often finds himself compromising on the little things. He adjusts his schedule to fit around his roommates, and his personal space is often rearranged to suit the other person's preferences. Over time, Jim feels like he's losing a bit of himself. On the other hand, Bob lives alone, and he loves it. He has full control over his environment. If he wants to rearrange the furniture to create a cozy reading nook, he can. If he wants to try a new hobby, like painting or learning a musical instrument, it's up to him. Bob takes pride in the fact that his home is a reflection of him, and every choice he makes brings a sense of accomplishment. The freedom to live life on his own terms brings him peace and satisfaction. If you want to embrace this kind of independence, start small. Maybe you could rearrange a room to create a space that fits your style. You might want to try a new hobby you've always thought about but never had the chance to explore. Whether it's gardening, knitting, or something else, making time for something that's just for you can be incredibly rewarding. What would you do first if you had complete freedom in your living space? Drop a comment below. Number 2, quiet peace that calms your mind and heart. Living alone can have surprising benefits for your mental and emotional health. Research shows that people who live alone tend to experience lower levels of stress. They have less cortisol, the stress hormone, in their system compared to those who live with others. This could be because there are fewer external pressures and distractions when you are by yourself. Living alone also gives you more time to reflect on yourself, your thoughts, and your emotions. It can help you build a stronger sense of identity. Instead of constantly dealing with other people's needs or concerns, you have the space to focus on your own. For example, let's talk about Frank. Frank had been living with family members for years. He was always surrounded by noise, schedules, and everyone else's emotions. It made him feel stressed and at times, anxious. Then, Frank decided to move into his own apartment. At first, it felt lonely, but over time, Frank noticed something amazing. His anxiety levels started to drop. He felt more at peace and found himself thinking more clearly. Without the constant busyness around him, Frank had the time to understand his own feelings. His mental health improved, and he began to feel more grounded. If you're considering making space for yourself, here's something simple you can try. Create a self-care ritual. It could be as easy as writing in a journal, reading a good book, or practicing meditation. These activities can help calm your mind and make you feel more centered. And if you're already living alone, take some time each day to enjoy quiet moments. It's a great way to connect with yourself and keep your emotional health in check. Have you noticed how your mental health improves when you're by yourself? Share your experience in the comments. Number 3, finally rediscover who you are and love it. Living alone can feel like a big change, but it also opens up a special chance to rediscover yourself. Without the distractions of daily routines shared with others, you have more space to explore what really interests you. It's a time to connect with yourself in a way you may not have had the chance to before. And yes, it can be a bit daunting at first, but it's also an opportunity for growth. Let me tell you about George, an older man who faced this exact situation. His children had recently moved out, and for the first time in years, he found himself living alone. At first, George wasn't sure what to do with all this extra time. He felt a bit lost and uncertain, but then something unexpected happened. He decided to try painting, something he'd always been curious about but never had time for. At first, it was a struggle. His first few paintings weren't great, but something about the process made him feel alive. Over time, he became more skilled, and the simple act of painting brought him a deep sense of fulfillment he hadn't felt in years. George had rediscovered a part of himself that he didn't even know he had lost. If you're in a similar situation, living on your own and looking for something new, why not take this opportunity to learn something you have always wanted to try? Maybe it's a new language, or you've always dreamed of learning to play an instrument. Perhaps there's a craft you've been interested in, like knitting or woodworking. The possibilities are endless. It doesn't matter how old you are, there's always room for new beginnings and growth. So I encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. Try something new. It might be difficult at first, but with time, you may find it brings more joy and meaning to your life than you ever expected. What new hobby would you love to try? Comment with your passion project and let's inspire each other. Number 4, feel stronger, healthier, and more alive daily. Living alone can actually be great for your health. When you have more control over your day-to-day life, it's easier to make healthier choices. You get to set your own schedule for things like exercise, meals, and rest. That freedom can help you live a healthier, more balanced life. Studies show that people who live alone are often more active. They're more likely to engage in physical activities like walking or stretching, and they tend to cook healthier meals at home. They also tend to sleep more consistently, which is so important for your overall well-being. Take Robert, for example. Robert is an older man who moved into his own place after years of living with others. One of the first things he did was start walking every morning. At first, it was just a short walk around the block. But over time, he noticed a big difference. He had more energy throughout the day and felt more vibrant. It wasn't a huge change, but it made a big impact on how he felt day to day. You don't have to start with anything complicated. Easy exercises like walking, stretching, or even yoga can be done right at home. These activities don't take a lot of time, but can make a huge difference in how you feel. Also, don't forget about the importance of a balanced diet. Drinking enough water and making sure you get enough sleep will go a long way in helping you stay healthy and strong. How do you keep yourself healthy and active? Share your top tip for staying fit in the comments. Number 5, choose when to connect. Recharge when you need. Living alone can be a blessing when it comes to managing your social life. You have the freedom to decide when and how you want to spend your time with others. Whether you want to host a fun gathering at your home or enjoy some peaceful time alone, it's entirely up to you. Take Bill, for example. Bill has lived on his own for a few years now, and he's found a good balance between socializing and having quiet time. Some evenings he invites friends over for dinner, laughs, and good conversation. Other nights, he prefers curling up with a book or watching a favorite show without the pressure of social obligations. He's learned that both are important, and he's in control of when and how much of each he wants. Living alone can help you avoid the stress of having to constantly keep up with social expectations. You don't have to attend every event or feel guilty about not always being available. Instead, you get to decide how much time you want to spend with others, and when you just need to recharge on your own. To make the most of this, try setting up a social calendar that works for you. It could be as simple as planning a few get-togethers with friends each month or setting aside evenings for yourself to relax. The key is to find a rhythm that leaves you feeling balanced, not overbooked, but also not isolated. It's about doing what feels right for you. So if you're someone who enjoys social gatherings but also values quiet time, take a page out of Bill's book. Find that sweet spot where you can enjoy both and not feel overwhelmed. Take control of your social life, and remember, it's okay to say no when you need that time for yourself. Are you someone who loves a good social gathering, or do you prefer quiet time? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6, save money. Spend on what truly brings you joy. Living alone can have surprising financial benefits, and it often leads to more manageable expenses. Without anyone else's needs or preferences to consider, you can control exactly how and where your money goes. You have the power to make choices that work best for you. Plus, living alone can give you the flexibility to allocate resources in ways that bring you joy and peace of mind. Take Tom, for example. He's an older man who made the decision to downsize when his kids moved out of the house. Tom was living in a large family home, which had higher rent and maintenance costs. But once the house was just too big for him, he decided to move into a smaller apartment. This not only reduced his rent, but also meant fewer utilities to pay and less upkeep to worry about. Tom found himself with more room in his budget to focus on things that really mattered to him. Now he spends more on hobbies and even takes the occasional trip, something he always wanted to do but couldn't afford before. Downsizing gave him the chance to enjoy the things that bring him happiness. If you're thinking about ways to manage your finances more effectively, why not explore options like budgeting tools, or perhaps downsizing to a smaller, more efficient home? It's a great way to save money without sacrificing the quality of life. Take a moment to review your finances and see where you can save or invest for future security. Maybe there's an area where you're spending more than you need to, or a place where you could shift your resources to better align with your goals. Living alone doesn't just mean fewer people around. It's an opportunity to create a budget that suits your personal needs and priorities. It's your money, your choices, and you have the control. What's one way you've saved money since living alone? Share your best tips with us. Living alone as an older man comes with many benefits that can truly enhance your life. First, you get to enjoy more independence. You make your own decisions, set your own routine, and have the freedom to live exactly how you want. This kind of independence can lead to better mental health, as you're not weighed down by constant demands from others. You also have the space to focus on personal growth, exploring new hobbies, learning new skills, and growing in ways that may have felt difficult before. Your physical well-being can improve too. With no one else's schedule to follow, you have the freedom to prioritize your health, exercise, and eat in ways that are best for you. Living alone also gives you more social freedom. You can choose when and how to connect with others, whether that's enjoying time with friends and family or simply having quiet moments to recharge. And let's not forget financial flexibility. You're in charge of your budget and can make choices that work for you without needing to compromise. Living alone is not about isolation. It's about opportunity. It's a chance for growth, freedom, and taking control of your life in ways you never imagined. The best part, you get to decide what that looks like every single day. Remember, you have the power to create your own happiness and well-being. If this video inspired you, hit the like button and share it with someone who could use some encouragement today. Don't forget to comment below with your thoughts, experiences, or any questions.